a brand new vehicle in the Cadillac lineup. Guys, I am super excited to test drive the all-electric 2025 Cadillac OPTIQ Sport II. Now that's gonna be a lot of technology that's new to me. I'm gonna have to get an expert like John over here.
Right.
Hey, John.
How you doing?
Doing well. John Ambrozic is the salesman here at Smale Cadillac in Greensburg.
Yeah, it's a nice sunny day. Let's get this thing on the road.
If you're interested in a new Cadillac vehicle, come check out our inventory. We're online at smalecadillac.com. First thing that sticks out to me, John, is this stunning exterior, right? We have a white exterior color. What's this called?
Crystal white metallic.
Okay, when the sunlight hits it, I am seeing little pops of metal flake in there.
Yeah, a little bit of a pearl.
Yeah, it looks really great.
Yep.
And whenever I, look at this vehicle, the contrast between the black features and the white features are really stunning to me. When we're looking at the front of the vehicle, you notice that Cadillac logo there in the center, those LED lights along the side, daytime running lights. What I noticed earlier, whenever you hit the unlock button, it's actually going to put on a really cool lighting display in the front of this vehicle. Kind of lights up that Cadillac logo, runs across the front of that grille there, then along the side for the daytime running lights. Really unique, really interesting, and it looks great at nighttime.
Yeah, oh, definitely does. I mean, a mini version of what the Lyriq does.
And around the side of the vehicle, you have those blacked out features that continue along the bottom and top of the vehicle.
Yeah, Sport II package. You know, these are really nice. I like the way these are kind of almost like a black chrome. This back glass, how it has the lines running through it, it kind of gives it, just kind of almost like the look of it moving while it's sitting here. It's actually glass, so when you're on the inside, you can actually see through there.
Oh, cool. Charging port on the driver's side there, but you also have these that actually present themselves. These are your handles, right?
Yeah.
So whenever I come to the front of the vehicle with the key fob, those present themselves to get into the vehicle. That's nice. And obviously whenever I lock the vehicle up, those are gonna close as well.
Yep. As soon as you lock them, they'll fold right in. So where the Lyriq you push and that thing will drop down, we're gonna do the same thing here, but this just kind of folds itself up.
Coming around the back side of the vehicle, you're gonna see that there's a lot of similarities between this and the Lyriq and that Cadillac Escalade IQ that we did a video on, right?
Yeah.
Definitely these LED running lights, and those are your turn signals actually, right?
Yeah, and so you mentioned about the Cadillac Escalade IQ. You kind of see down here with these tail lamps, it has like a piano key look to it, and that's what they did with the Escalades too, so it kind of carried over to this one.
And we're seeing in the back, it's a very monochromatic look. Right there, I hit the unlock button, and there's a lighting display in the back as well that you're seeing going on. But the back of the vehicle, very monochromatic look. You have that OPTIQ logo, Cadillac logo there. Obviously, if I have the key fob on me and I press in on that Cadillac logo, that's going to open up the trunk here. We have a lot of space here in the tailgate.
You got some storage under here. You got a little storage area. This is your case for the charger that comes with the vehicle. You've got your shade that you can take in and out. If you wanted to, you can pull that thing up here, lock that into place. If you have any valuables or anything in the back of the vehicle that you don't want anybody looking in through the windows, cover those up. And then you're going to see here the speakers all the way here in the back. So this has the 19 speaker AKG system.
Wow.
With the available Dolby Atmos.
So to bring down those back seats, there's a little button up top. John's gonna push that button and pull that down, and you have 60-40 split seats back there. Increases your storage capacity a lot. Yep. Obviously you can put down that other side too. Jumping into those back seats, we have black perforated leather with the white stitching. Let's just see how these seats feel. Very comfortable. I love how these seats actually hug you. Obviously we have an armrest as well with 2 cup holders back here, but up front we have some storage capacity on the back of these seats, ventilation, and you have heated seats back here.
Yeah, yep. 2 outboard seats are heated.
You have 2 USB-C fast charging ports and a 3-prong 120 house outlet.
Yep.
Also, you have vertical visibility back here. This gigantic sunroof here opens up. This shade comes all the way back to my head, just actually behind my head here. So I have a lot of space. It's nicely tinted so that the sunlight isn't too harsh in here. Obviously, you do have this shade that can come enclosed back here as well if you need less light. You have some chrome accents. You have that black leather AKG speaker there, and material up top.
Actually, Brian, it's really cool because this is actually a woven material made out of recycled materials.
Oh.
Kind of more upscale look. You normally just see plastic door panels top to bottom.
Yeah, and that's going to continue to the front. So let's jump up there and we're going to show you what it looks like up there. All right, John's sitting in the front seats of the OPTIQ. Obviously the interior here is absolutely stunning. It's different than really anything that I've really been in. It's nice to have that different materials. You have the black working well with that mesh material that you were talking about up front. A lot of things in front of us, so let's get into it. I'm just going to go ahead and close the door here. And to start the vehicle up, I'm not seeing a button here, John.
Yeah, so this is along with the Cadillac IQ, the Escalade IQ. This is just press to start. So all you got to do is just push your foot right down on the brake, and that's it.
So we have one panel all the way across. Looks like we have almost 3 screens here, right? We got a screen, our infotainment screen, our instrument cluster, and then on the side here I have a screen where you can see the different stuff that I can put up on this screen, right?
Right.
So you have your gauge layout, an energy layout, a map layout where you can have Google Maps up there, and an assist layout where you can actually see your driver's assistant features. And we have a clean layout, which nothing's too distracting with that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to leave it in assist for our test drive so that we can see that stuff up there. We have our headlights as well. We can turn those off. We have auto headlights, which is really great, and there are other options there. You also have, obviously, you can change your heads-up display. We have a heads-up display here, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice because that wasn't available on the Lyriq.
Yeah.
So you know, it's on the OPTIQ, and it's a really nice feature. It's a pretty big heads-up display there.
It is big. It's vibrant. I can really see my miles per hour on there and some of my safety features. We have, you know, your shifter up here. That's your normal, you know, Cadillac electric shifter there. Reverse, neutral, drive is down, and then park is the button there. Steering wheel itself, you have your adaptive cruise control settings over on the left-hand side. You have your Super Cruise button, heated steering wheel, and some more of that adaptive cruise control setting stuff. We'll go over that on the test drive. On the right side, though, that's going to allow us to change our audio. You also have your push-to-talk button. So that begs the question, does this have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto in it?
Does not.
Okay.
This is the second vehicle now that Cadillac has put out. No longer has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It does have the Google Assistant built in. So you can still Bluetooth your phones. You can still stream music through the Bluetooth. It just has eliminated the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And reason really why Cadillac and GM has decided to do that is just the compatibility. Sometimes we run into it pretty often. Try to keep that seamless integration where there isn't any problems. They just said, hey, we're going to do away with this. Again, you can still make your phone calls. You can still do voice to text. You know, all of that stuff. Again, you can still stream the music through there. It's just not coming up like it normally would. Ambient
Lighting on here as well. That's really cool. It looks like you have a few different ways to change that.
There's actually 126 different colors that you can go through in the ambient lighting. So you can do your accent lighting, which is up top, and then the glow, which is down in the footwells. And then around any of like the, you know, at night around this knob here that you're going to see that come through.
Really cool. Hard to see during the day here, but nice to know that it's there. What does the My Cadillac app let you do?
My Cadillac app's going to let you remote start the car, lock and unlock the doors. You can do stuff like check your charge, your range. If you're going on a trip somewhere, you can actually pull it up through your app on your phone, plot in where you're going. It's going to show you, you know, depending on the charge that you have on the vehicle, how far you can travel. Is it something you're going to be able to get there and back on one charge? Or are you going to have to, you know, plot in? You can, you know, there's a lot of different things. How much charge you want there to be when you get to wherever you're traveling to, you know, and it kind of routes all that stuff accordingly.
Yeah, and what's really great is that you can start your vehicle from anywhere with that app. So it's like, you know, with a normal key, you might have a distance limit, you know, whereas this you could be inside a restaurant and not have to worry about it. So that's cool. John, from just looking around here, I'm not really seeing my chargers. Do I have any phone chargers up here?
You do. So wireless charger,
Okay.
which is right here. So this kind of opens on the
okay.
side, and you can see that little pocket right there.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, slim little console there. But you still have the cantilever console here like you do in the Lyriq. Again, you can just kind of see that, you know, that material that they have on there, the woven. It carries over to this. Similar to the Lyriq, probably this had the Lyriq has the drawer here. This is no drawer. You do have just like a little pocket here, pocket here.
I love
then right
storage.
next to the side here, you do have some USB-Cs that are there.
Gigantic panoramic roof above us.
Yeah.
You know, we can close the shade if we want to. It's just a press of a button there, and that's going to close the shade. I'm going to leave it open for purposes of the video, but something else we definitely want to talk about up here, we have OnStar, SOS, and all that stuff, but we also have our rear view mirror here, right? Because this isn't just a rear view mirror.
Right. Yep. It's the rear view camera mirror.
So if you have something in the back seat, or maybe your visibility isn't great back there, you can just flip that down, and that's going to give you a better view of what's behind you. And you can do a whole bunch of different things with this. You can adjust the brightness, especially if, you know, if it's nighttime or whatever. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can tilt it up and tilt it down. This is just a really great feature. I love this feature, especially, you know, we're doing these test drives. We have a cameraman in the back seat, so it makes it hard to see behind me, but so I'll have that up during the test drive.
Yeah. The other nice thing about this too, Bri, is over here on the side, if you squeeze this little thing in here, you'll see right there, water go across there. So this has the camera sprayers on the back, so it will spray across that camera there, as well as the camera for your backup camera.
Wow, so we have a lot of features on the inside of this vehicle, as per usual with these Cadillacs. Let's get this out on the road and test some of these things out. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Putting the vehicle into reverse, we have this nice big backup camera. Looks like we just sprayed it there, so you're gonna see a few water droplets on it.
Yeah.
But you know, you can see a 360 view above us. We have our parking sensors as well behind us. And you can really get up close to a curb without hitting it there. You have an overhead view, it looks like. So if I hit this button here, it's going to give us a straight down view, so I can really get up close if I need to and line us up. You have side views, so that's really great to have. And you have a hitch view. So it looks like you can also look forward and do those same things forward. All right, so we're in reverse here. We have a car coming behind us on the right side, and we have our sensors actually alerting us that there was a car. We have that cross traffic monitoring. Really great to have that.
You can see that picked it up. Actually, it was towards the front of the car.
Yeah.
But it was still picking it up.
So really great safety feature to have. A lot of vehicles have this nowadays, but like just really nice to have whenever you're in a busy parking lot situation.
Right. You can see right away, bro, I kind of driving in this, you know, a little smaller, obviously, than, you know, what the what we have with the Lyriq. This is actually slotting in right below the XT5 and kind of taking the place of the XT4. Obviously, it's bigger inside, I think, than the XT4. Kind of gives me vibes on the inside of an XT5. But yeah, real nice. Ride's nice.
Yeah.
The nice thing is, too, Cadillac claims it's a 50-50 weight distribution. So, you know, it's very, it feels very centered. You don't feel like you're too much in the front, too much in the back. You notice that as it's driving, even when you're slowing down, you don't have the thing dipping off in the front. The other thing that you're going to get with this is a dual motor, all-wheel drive, 300 horsepower. You know, a little bit different than what we have in the Lyriq. You know, you get those dual motors. In the Lyriq, you're about 500 horsepower on that, so a little bit less. But again, for this smaller vehicle,
You get it instantaneously.
yes,
though.
yeah. It doesn't feel like 300 horsepower. It feels like more. That instant torque really gets you going.
What we just witnessed there was I set the adaptive cruise control, and it registered the vehicle in front of us and slowed us down to a complete stop because they were stopped, right? If you're in a lot of traffic type situations, it's something that I really appreciate having in a vehicle. And it definitely takes a little bit of the stress of driving away to have to do that. Another thing I have active right now is the lane keep assist, right?
Yep.
I can tell that that's active because I have my assist features on the screen here. I see a green, 2 green lines there.
Yeah.
And whenever I start to inch over to one side of the road, it's just taking the steering wheel. It's actually vibrating my seat.
Yeah, and you can see there it was blinking, saying, hey,
Yeah.
you're over this way. You're back to having both of those lines being green, so it's activated again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's great because it's just keeping me within the lines of the road, and it's just like an assistive feature. It's not meant to take away your driving. This compared with that adaptive cruise control is really, just kind of helping me stay within the lines, stay at the speed that is set, and we're good, right?
Yeah.
It looks like we have one more feature that just popped up here as well, huh?
Yep, there it is right there. That's your favorite.
That's a Super Cruise. We have a button there on the steering wheel for it. And what that has done is just lit up my steering wheel green, right?
Yep.
So it's keeping me within the lines of the road and going to the speed that I have set. If a vehicle in front of me slows down, I'll slow down, obviously. But this is driving itself. This
Yeah.
is the next step,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yeah, and it's really nice because this car comes with 3 years of the Super Cruise included.
Okay.
So you don't have to pay anything for 3 years, the first 3 years. After that, if you do want to keep it, it is a subscription. You can get with OnStar or Cadillac, and they'll take care of that for you. But your first 3 years you have included.
And it's great. I mean, we've talked to customers who use this a lot, and like we were talking with a gentleman who was in the store probably like last month,
Yeah.
where he was saying that he uses this all the way down.
That's Florida.
Yeah, he went to Florida, like
Yeah.
16-hour drive. He was using it pretty much the entire way.
Yeah.
And he said that it took a lot of that stress of driving away, and you come to your location, and you have a little bit more energy, and you're less bogged
You don't
down.
have that. Yeah, he said you don't have that mental stress kind of just wearing you down. Emotionally, physically, you're not as drained. After a long drive like that as you normally would be.
What other things does this Super Cruise do, John?
So this has the automatic lane change also. So you can either switch lanes, yourself if you wanted to, just by turning on the turn signal. What it's going to do, it's going to search around, make sure that it's got room there, nobody's coming from either side. It's going to switch lanes, or because you have the adaptive cruise on, so if we start catching up to a car that's going slower, it's going to
here it is.
do it right now. It's going to kind of go, okay, hey, that car's slowing down. It's not going to wait until you get right up on the car. It's saying, okay, that car's going slower. I'm just going to get over. We have room. It's going to switch lanes. It'll stay over there until it needs to get back over, and then automatically switch back over to the other lane.
That was fantastic. I didn't touch any of that. And it's also alerting me that it's doing this by vibrating my seat.
Yeah.
And this just, I'm alert. I'm paying attention to everything that's going on around me. But this has just done all of the driving for the past 3 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a really cool feature. I'm really excited to see that we're at this point. And the technology is just amazing.
Yeah, it's just keeps getting better and better. They've added more miles of roads to what is available with Super Cruise. So now it's over 400,000 miles of roads. Again, it will alert you when it's coming to an area that where it ends. We've done this. We've done this demonstration on plenty other vehicles that have this. When we get up the road here, the stoplight comes up. It's getting ready to kind of deactivate. It'll vibrate your seat, flashes the steering wheel red to let you know it's going to be, ending for you to take control of the vehicle, and then it just switches over. So pretty seamless, and once you get used to it, it's a really great feature.
Something I really get excited about is seeing how quickly this can get up to speed.
Yeah.
So let's give that a try here. I'm going to come all the way down to a complete stop, wait for these guys to go, obviously. And then we'll see just how quickly we can get up to speed. Here we go. So there we go. We're up to speed. 55, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That had a nice acceleration. We didn't have any problems getting onto the highway.
No, and kind of, you heard they're accelerating.
Yeah.
You know,
Cool
obviously
sound.
it does have a cool
Yeah.
sound inside. You know, it's not completely quiet, even though, you know, you ride in one of these long enough and it's just like, boy, it's so nice and quiet.
Yes.
You get into any other vehicle that
Yes,
makes
it
any type
is.
of noise and you're just like, oh boy.
So what kind of range do we get on the OPTIQ?
So on this vehicle here at a full charge, 100% charge, you're going to get a little over 300 miles. So about between 302 to 305 miles of range on that full charge.
You know, a lot of people who are new to electric vehicles, they might ask, you know, like how long does it take to charge?
Yeah.
You know?
So again, pretty quickly, you can get about 100 miles of charge in about 10 minutes or so.
On a fast charger, I imagine.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have an option for a home charger whenever you buy the vehicle? Is that?
Yeah, you can actually, you know, you can go through our parts department. Any GM parts department, they do sell a level 2 charger that you can have installed in your home. Or like I said, it does come with, it's a level 1 charger, but you can, you know, plug it into a 220 line and you're going to get about 12 miles of range per hour that it's going to charge back. So, you know, if the thing's plugged in for 10 hours and you're getting 12 miles of range, it's going to charge back 120 miles, you know, in a 10-hour period. Most people don't drive that far. You know, you're driving, you know, average person about 40 to 50 miles a day. I have one. It charges, I think the longest I've sat at the charger was about 30 minutes. You know, and that was going from probably about a 10% charge up to 85, 90% after living with it for a while. And I don't know that I could go back to a regular car. It's just a lot of stuff, the ride, you know, just how comfortable the vehicle is. You know, it's honestly never having to stop at a gas station again, you know, is great. You know, even though the times I have gone to do, you know, the longer charging down at 10%, go to a fast charger, plug in, sit there for, you know, like I said, about 25, 30 minutes. But there's things that you can do. You know, a lot of these chargers are around stores. So if you have something to do, you plug in, you go in, you do your shopping. By the time you're done, you're where you need to be.
And you can charge them at our store, you know?
Yeah, you can charge it there.
We got coffee.
Yeah, we have coffee. I mean, there's a Starbucks next door. If you know, don't like the Keurig stuff, there's Starbucks.
Yeah. As far as warranty goes on this vehicle, do we have anything special because it is an electric vehicle?
Yeah, so you have the same bumper-to-bumper warranty as you do with all the other Cadillacs. So a 4-year, 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper. And then the battery on these, it's 8-year, 100,000 mile.
So a lot of really cool technology and interesting features inside the Cadillac OPTIQ. John, if people have questions about any of them, how can they contact you?
The easiest way, Brian, if you're around, stop right off of Route 30 in Greensburg and see us. You know, come in and ask for us. Check out the OPTIQs that we have here in stock, or you can check us out online at smailcadillac.com.
That's going to do it for our test drive today. So until next time, enjoy the ride.